it's brand new week. 33 points higher for the Nifty. It is not a bad start. The breadth, I think, is the appealing point. The breadth is almost near perfect. 1:4 is the advanced decline ratio, which is not bad considering that last week we underperformed global markets. What do you want to look at? Well, you want to start with banks. You want to start with Z. Let's look at Delta. And let's not lose sight of IT stocks. State Bank of India 587, Delta Corp 186. Now let's look at IT. Z is not doing anything exciting whatsoever. Infosys down 8 rupees. TCS not going anywhere. Wipro and HCL Tech, they both are also not showing any kind of large price trend. So is the deep swell, the word which I am using, is the deep swell in IT over? Let's see. Could it be a case of buy the rumor and sell the news? That may apply for Infosys this time.
Okay, Nifty IT a lot more tempered than what we saw all through last week for this one. A couple of other earnings reactions as well. Let's see what Bandhan Bank is up to. It's been a bit of a disappointment, Bandhan Bank, and brokerages are not too gung-ho about this one after its earnings. Almost 3% lower for Bandhan Bank this morning. Angel One, Nikunj highlighted, and it's quite unfortunate considering Angel One, Anand Rathi, these came out with excellent set of numbers just last week, and the markets did reward these stocks after their smart numbers as well. And now, of course, this negative news flow coming in on Angel One. There's also JSW Energy, which came out with its numbers. There's VST Industries, which came out with its numbers. Metropolis Health as well. The Q1 total revenue has been marginally negative. The company also saw an seasonal impact on the margins. Metropolis, though, is holding up by about 1% as we speak right now. Bunch of other stocks which are reacting to all the news flow on them. Just going to dig them out for you. Just Dial, there's been a Q1 beat. The average realizations have now reached the pre-COVID levels. 3.5% gap up on Just Dial. 360 is what you're seeing on this particular stock as we speak right now. And then Rallis as well, which is, reported its numbers, and the revenues are down 9%. PAT down 6% on a year-on-year basis. So these are a bunch of stocks which are in focus, although Rallis holding up in the green right now. Tata Steel Long as well. The net losses have contracted. Margins have come in at 7.1%. Tata Steel Long, though, not a very liquid stock. 0.7% higher for this one as we speak. Power Grid, the board has now approved advanced metering infrastructure projects worth over 4,000 crore rupees. So look out for what Power Grid as well does in trade. There's HAL, which has had an MOU with Safran Helicopter to set up a joint venture for helicopter engines now. HAL gaps up about 1.5% as we speak right now. There's CCL Products, GTPL Hathway, Unichem Labs, Kesoram Industries. They've all come out with a decent set of numbers. So all these stocks are in focus this morning. Let's just revisit what the IT big boys are up to, and whether or not you're seeing any follow-through come by on a TCS, on a Coforge. Finally, these stocks are arresting that move up. Wipro, though, just marginally in the green. HCL Technology is flat, and Infy ahead of its numbers on Thursday. That's a little bit in the week. Coforge marginally higher as we speak. What about HDFC Bank? That's also due to report its numbers, and LTI Mindtree as well. The first after it becoming a Nifty company, remember. LTI Mindtree marginally higher, 5108 on this particular stock. Kunal, a very muted Monday start. What trades are you punching in?
Well, yeah, muted start. I was actually looking at the banking names, and as you rightly pointed out, some private sector banking stocks are struggling a bit. So I'm expecting a flattish movement on the indices, at least in the first half. The stock which I would look to trade in the open would be Hero MotoCorp. So we saw a very good move coming out for the stock on Friday's session, making a comeback from 3,080 odd levels. So that's a stock which I would be betting on from current levels, expecting the stock to make a fresh swing high and a 5% upside over the very near term.
All right, Naresh, let's find out how you're reading into the market open this morning, and what's the first trade you're punching in?
Expecting a pause to continue in the markets. Continue to like the same stock, Hero MotoCorp, which is showing strong trends. Looks interesting. Any dip to 31.20, 31.40, 31.30 in the day would be an intraday buy opportunity.
So